Had planned to move to Ghana. They changed their rules. I don't like how their president moves, so I decided to come over to go to Tanzania. It was just not pretty for me. I left the immigration office like literally in tears because I was just like, it's just this, I pick up on vibrations and energy, and it just like the immigration people just felt like they don't want me here. You know, for whatever reason, whatever judgment they had of me, I don't think they want us as expats there.
In today's video, we take a look at the story of this Black American lady who has relocated to the continent of Africa and Tanzania in particular. She shares her experiences after visiting the country of Tanzania for a period of 6 months, the things that she did not like about the country of Tanzania, the immigration, the attitude of the people, the attitude and values of the people, and what have you. So let's watch the next video and listen fully to her story and why she had to relocate from the country of Tanzania. But before we watch the video, if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, just locate the subscribe button down there. Click on the subscribe button, click as well on the notification bell, and also like this video so that YouTube will recommend it to other people. Let's watch the next video.
I left and I wanted to tell you guys and share with you the honest reasons on why I left Tanzania and why I'm not going back. So yeah, let's get into the video. So the first thing that I didn't like is the immigration process. When I went to Tanzania, I already imprinted it in my brain that you're allowed to, from the research that I've done, that you're allowed to have 3 months there and then get extensions, which is a 30-day extension. It's supposed to be 2 30-day extensions for free. But once I got to the immigration, they had us wait there for 5 hours after telling us they could give us that time period, and we only got 2 weeks. After waiting 5 hours, we got a 2-week extension. So I had to maneuver myself from there, and it was just not pretty for me. I left the immigration office like literally in tears because I was just like, it's just this, I pick up on vibrations and energy, and it just like the immigration people just felt like they don't want me here. You know, for whatever reason, whatever judgment they had of me, I don't think they want us as expats there. You know, and that's just the honest truth, you guys. Like, they were laughing at me while I was crying. Like, it was just not funny. Maybe it was just the immigration officers that I dealt with, but it was just like, okay, yeah. So I left in tears because, you know, I had been there for about a month, and at first, you know, it felt like Tanzania was going to be good for me, but after that was like one of the first negative experiences for me there. But yeah, I thought I could, you know, stay there a little bit longer just to feel it out. Now let me tell you guys, I never ever had I had no expectations with coming to Africa. Like I told you guys, I had planned to move to Ghana. They changed their rules. I don't like how their president moves, so I decided to come over to go to Tanzania. And oh my goodness, low battery. So, you know, as of going there, I dealt with so many. That was the first negative experience, and I was just like, yeah, I don't know where to go from here. And last minute, I had an opportunity to go ahead and extend it even further. But, you know, y'all know I was there for like 6 months. I left the day that my visa was supposed to expire, the day of my visa expiring, I left Tanzania. And so, yeah, the immigration, like to have to leave every 3 months. I knew this before going to Tanzania because it's everywhere. It's listed everywhere. But what I didn't take into was the expense that it would be to travel from country to country. I thought maybe it would be a little bit cheaper, but clearly it wasn't. And you have options to leave the country by bus or plane when your visa expires. So I mean, there are affordable options, but it's not even about the affordability. It's about the exhaustion of moving around, trying to figure out if this place is it for you, and then within that time period, you gotta deal with the visa things as well. Like, it's a lot. So I was just like, yeah, I can't do this long term. I can't do it long term because I'm drained already within 6 months. So it's ways to do things under the table. People are aware of this, but I don't want to lie. I don't want my conscience. I don't want those, my conscience. I'm traveling with my baby girl. I can't be doing things under the table that's illegal and traveling with a toddler. Like, I just cannot. I'm all she has. So, yeah. The immigration, you guys, is terrible. What else? Yeah, so immigration, number one. Number two is the culture. I just couldn't vibe with the culture. I felt judged 50% of the time, and I just couldn't be myself. And that's just the bottom line. Like, whatever they believe in and whatever they thought of me is not even the problem. The problem is I could just never be myself. I work out a lot. I wear a lot of compression outfits. I wear, things that to a very, very modest person, you just, even at my most modest, you just like gonna, give me these looks if you're a judgmental type of person. So I felt judged half of the time, and I didn't like that. So that was just an example of a situation that I went through while I was there, and why I don't vibe with the culture. I just don't. I just never fit in, and I've been me all my life. This is me, and I'm always changing and growing, but who I am at the core, I can't change. So if I can't vibe with the culture and I feel judged by the culture half the time, it's just not gonna work long term for me. So that's one of the bigger reasons why I left too. And number three, the other reason why I left is most of the expats were couples or males. So I met a guy, he was there from Europe. He had a business in Europe, but he lived in Atlanta. He's from Atlanta. I was like, oh, hey, what's up? Come to find out, like, he was like bragging about how, he can get certain favors from the girl in the community for little to nothing. And I don't mean sexual favors, but he was just bragging. And that's what he kind of like hinted at, but I didn't want to assume. But, like, I think guys sometimes come to exploit the, white and black guys come there to exploit the community if, they know like they can get a lot for little to nothing, from whether it's company, sex, whatever, like they know this. So they go there to sometimes exploit. So being that I met some cool expats that were males too, but a lot of them had relationships, so the couples that I met, like the girls that I met in a couple, like we just never vibed, we never clicked, because people usually like to hang out with people who have lifestyles that are similar to theirs, So being that I'm single and these people are married, like we don't have anything to talk about and vibe about and, discuss, like besides Pan-Africanism or, any other interest that I have. But the main thing is their lifestyle is different, completely different from mine. So that right there was like a big, I don't fit,
A little bit of advice to you if you're an African American or a person of black descent in the diaspora who wants to move to Ghana or any part of Africa, this is a piece of advice for you. First of all, do your research very well. Do all the necessary due diligence. Then secondly, try and visit Ghana. Visit Ghana so that you'll be able to marry the research you did as against the realities on the ground before finally you move to Ghana or any part of Africa that you want to move to. Thank you very much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel.